Yo YouTube, what's going on? I know that Super 17 looks absolutely amazing, but what I want to talk about in this video is kind of my experience in the trip of going to, California during battle hour. So I want to be able to try to, explain how my trip was and how I felt about it. So first things first, the flight was I think about 6 hours, and it actually wasn't too bad, except for I had a guy right next to me, and he was at the window seat, and I was right in the middle between somebody else. And he did not care about me at all whatsoever. He had his legs spread open, and basically his elbow was on my lap and basically stabbing me the entire about 6 hour flight. So I did not like that at all. Other than that, I knew I was in California once I felt the nice warm weather. So that was really, really nice to do. We were lucky enough that Kid Joe, the champ, had picked us up. Also, funny enough, Iron Cane was on our flight because we both live around the same state. And we were both on the same flight, and it was kind of funny because I found out about it the day before we left, so that was actually pretty funny because we met up, we talked, so that was pretty cool. Once we got into California, we got into our hotel, and let me tell you, this hotel was really nice. They put us in a corner room on the 21st floor, and there was so much stuff to go that was in this hotel. It was crazy. And right across the street was the convention center where battle hour was being held, so it was absolutely perfect. It took us a bit of time to maybe get adjusted to the time difference. Right before we went to bed, actually, because we went to bed pretty early because we were expecting it to be on the East Coast side. So it's a 3 hour difference, so we were so accustomed to that. We went out to a hibachi restaurant to eat dinner, and how we got in there was when we got into the place, there was a woman dancing on a hula hoop in a chandelier. Was not expecting that whatsoever, and made no sense why that was happening. Once we actually got our table, we went inside, like they opened up the door, and it was actually a little bar, but that wasn't even where the hibachi place was. You had to go in through a fireplace, like a secret, like Harry Potter door. Once you got through that door, then we were able to get to the hibachi place, and let me tell you, this food was absolutely amazing. Would definitely recommend going there again. So now we fast forward to Saturday, and since there wasn't really much going on Saturday, my fiance and I, we decided to go to Super Nintendo Worlds. We did this. It was so much fun to be able to see this. It made me feel like I was a kid again. I went there to Universal Studios Hollywood. We got the early access pass. By the way, you don't need your ID to be able to do this. So if you look up online, it says that you need your ID. No, you don't need your ID. So eventually, you go down a whole bunch of escalators to get down to where Super Nintendo World was, and then eventually, when you saw it, it's like a little playground basically when you're there. When you got there, you get into the pipe. It's got the noise when you go in there, and then first thing we did was we went to the Mario Kart ride. We did talk about trying to go to Toadstool Cafe, but unfortunately, once we got on the Mario Kart ride, by the time it was done, Toadstool Cafe was booked. And it was unfortunate we couldn't get a spot in, which really sucked, because I would have loved to be able to go it. I don't know, my fiance really wanted to go, but it's unfortunate. But we were able to do still a whole bunch of stuff. Now, according to the Mario Kart ride, that was a lot of fun. You're basically doing a race, and you're shooting shells and try to collect coins as much as you can by turning the wheel left and right and try to be able to shoot as many enemies as you can. And that's the only ride you couldn't get express on. So once you got on, you just had to wait. I think it was like 45 minutes, but it did not feel like 45 minutes. I felt like we got on there really, really quickly. So that again was a lot of fun once we finished that. Then we played a bunch of the mini games that were going on, and here is one of them that we have both myself and my fiance trying to be able to complete these. So we'll do this right now. Yeah, and then it can show over to my fiance one with hers. That bar was very hot. It was baking out in the sun, and it was really hot.
Got it already.
And we both managed to get it done, which is nice. And then there was another game with Koopa, and you had to basically hit time it to get the shell into the pipe and go up. Once you hit up, you won that game. Another one was the Piranha Plant, and it was a bunch of like, bunch of alarm clocks, and you had to literally hit them really hard and really fast, and you wanted to make sure that Piranha wasn't going to wake up. And luckily enough, it was my fiance and I, we had one more person with us, because if we didn't, we would have been absolutely screwed. One guy was by himself, and then one of the employees said, like, you guys want to team up, it's going to be a little hard. So we were like, alright, whatever. We beat that. And you have to get 3 keys to go into Bowser Jr.'s Showdown. Once you got into Bowser Jr.'s Showdown, that was a lot of fun, because basically you were swiping away bombs, you ducked for the bullet bills, you jumped up for power-ups, and then you were throwing like fireballs at just a whole bunch of people. And it was so much fun to be able to do that. And then the last one was the Thwomps, like a matching game. There's like 11 rows, and you have to basically do the exclamation point or the question mark. And once you got all those done, boom, you won, and you were able to get the last key. But once we finished the Nintendo World, because I think we were done with it, because there's not much rides there, it's just the Mario Kart, and then you're trying to just do all the games. Once we finished that, then we went on to the Mummy, which we love roller coasters, and this one was, I think, almost just as good as the one in Florida. I was not expecting to go backwards for so long. Then we went to Jurassic World, which I got a lot more wet on that ride than I did the one in Florida. And then we went to the Universal Studios tour, where we saw a whole bunch of like where movies are being filmed and all that. And they showed like King Kong and Fast and Furious, which they had the same rides in Florida, so like we knew what was going on. And they had, if you don't know, Norman Bates Hotel, it's like a scary, like murderous guy. In the tour, during when you're going up on the ride, you see that his Bates Motel, and you actually see an actor playing as him, and he's got the creepy smile, and he's doing all that creepy stuff. And then right at the end, my fiance was trying to take a picture of him. But as soon as he was coming around the corner, we were all the way in the back. As soon as he came around, he went like this, he jumped at us. She started to scream, we couldn't be able to take a picture. And then when we turned around, he gave us like a creepy smile, and we're like, nah, we're out of here. We're done. We're definitely done with that. Other than that, we did everything I think we wanted to do. And then we basically went home. And I believe that was it. We kind of just passed out because we were just we walked around a lot. And I didn't meet up with anybody just yet because, again, we wanted to kind of do our own thing first because, again, this is our first time going to California. So, now, we fast over to Battle Hour. Now, with Battle Hour, huge line to get in. We got our passes already the day on Friday because we didn't want to have to get in the line to wait for them. Let me tell you, once those gates opened, I heard the concession stand was immediately ran up to. We tried to get on the line. It took forever for us to get onto the line. But when eventually we did, we didn't even get up to the concession stand to buy t-shirts. They were already sold out. They completely destroyed the timing of like doing having all the merchandise for the shirts because they were just gone. So we weren't able to get anything. It was unfortunate, but we did do. I did the Legends fights. Basically, I fought Moji once, and then he excuse me, and then he forfeited the other 2 matches just so I could have the 3 fights. Then I got my phone magnet or whatever it was. I was very lucky, and here's how I got the Dokkan one if you haven't seen it on Twitter, which I believe, hold on 1 second, is this right here. Funny story how this actually happens. As you can see, I think Kid Joe, my iPad is only connected to Wi-Fi, otherwise I won't be able to play. So how this happened was I had Dokkan already downloaded on my iPad, but it was taking forever for it to like update. So once it finally did, it had to do a speed battle I did not make the top 30. People were finishing it like a little less than 4 minutes and then around 4 minutes. I finished it in 9 minutes. I didn't have much of the updated units, but I tried. I really did. I really did try. So, once I was able to finish it, Kid Joe was trying to collect them all. So the only one he didn't have was Vegito Blue. So he said, I'll trade the Super Saiyan 4 if I get the Vegito Blue, because I think he has 2 of them already. So I said, alright, let's see what happens. I got a 40% chance I get Super Saiyan 4 or I get Vegito Blue, trade for him, and I got Super Saiyan 4. Anyway, so when it came up to it, oh, excuse me, hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I was actually getting a phone call, so now we're back to this. So once I finished, like I said before, I beat the speed battle, and then when it came up to getting the actual keychain, when I opened it, I actually got Vegito Blue, and then we exchanged for it, and that's how I got able to get Super Saiyan 4. Now, what Kid Joe was very nice to do was he had an extra phone. The download code kind of gave it to my fiance. She managed to actually pull Vegito Blue, so that was actually pretty nice. So we ended up getting 2 copies of Vegito Blue, and then I exchanged for the Super Saiyan 4. That was the only one that I really wanted, so that was actually cool to be able to do. Next thing is, I did take a picture, I believe, with the producer, you know, the whole Yuka. She was very nice. She was really cool. I told her that I told Toshi that I was a GT guy, and I said thank you for doing the GT campaign. Unfortunately, Toshi was not there. It was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Can't really do much about that. But that was really nice for her to be able to take a picture. I saw one other person with this T-shirt on with Tag Force. So that was pretty cool. I had my fiance do the VR where you're actually fighting Cell Juniors and then you fight Cell. So that was actually cool for her to be able to do, because I did it last year. And then when it came to the day 2 of in Vegas, I couldn't go out because I was stuck in the back, and I couldn't have her try the VR. But this was pretty cool to be able to take the picture. Though she was very nice. She was very short, but she was very nice. And then once we got to doing the reveals and stuff for Super 17, which you can see in the previous video that I posted, I was really thinking it was Baby, but I was not thinking logically, because I really thought, in the back of my mind, it could have been Super 17 because of the events that were happening in Legends. So it made sense for it to be Super 17, and let me tell you right now, his kit looks absolutely stupid. I'm excited to be able to do summons for him. Hope I don't get shafted. And then, once we finished the Sparking Zero trailer, we ended up to go all out to eat to a Korean barbecue. And this is all of us together, which is really nice to be able to hang out with everybody and just talk, literally, not just about Legends, but literally anything that we wanted to do. And it was very cool to see the guys who I saw last year, and to meet also some new people as well for the first time. So that was, again, a whole lot of fun. I definitely recommend that you guys go to Battle Hour next year, wherever it is going to be held. And then we came back to, after we finished this, then we came back to Battle Hour because they were going to have a concert like they did last year. I'm not going to try to butcher his name, but you know who I'm talking about, the guy who sings Shala, Angel. So he was even better than last year. And then they showed the Diamond trailer. I gotta wait for it to come out. I'm just not ready for it yet, I guess. Not to knock it, the animations look really good, but I just gotta see it more. It's just not much that I'm hyped about just right now. I can say for the Sparking Zero, there's so many characters that have not been revealed yet, and they're going to be revealed soon. So we will have that eventually. And I believe after we finish that, then we said our goodbyes just in case we weren't going to see. And then Billy and Tema and Mauld, they were around like Chinatown in California. So I said, you know what, let's go, because he told me that there was a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta figure that I would have enjoyed, and GT VHS tapes. So I managed to get to where he was at, and I'll show you right now which one I was able to buy, and I got really lucky with trying to buy it. I bought this one here from the Superheroes. This was really nice. It was the only one that was left. It was the only one that was left. So we managed to be able to get him. It's really nice. He's actually standing next to the other Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta that I actually have. So let me just put that down right over here. And then we kind of just hung out, just talking about Legends with Super 17. He looks kind of broken because we just got the illustration from Twitter, just what he does. But then we didn't actually get the full kit of it until I believe when we landed on Monday. So other than that was a great experience to be able to see. I was happy I was able to live stream it. I figured it out. So that was at least good because I could have my live reaction to what the character was going to be. So that was at least nice. I was glad I was able to figure that out. But yeah, then after that on Monday, we got to the airport early. We ate some nice breakfast. Hung out with Iron because he was also on the same flight as us, which is kind of cool. And then we knew we were back on the East Coast once we felt the damn cold. It was so nice. It was funny because we're used to kind of cold weather, but when it's in the 50s, we're actually fine with that. But when you look at California, in the morning, it was around 50s. I'm in a t-shirt, and you see everybody else shivering with jackets on. I'm like, what are you doing? It's not that cold out. But yeah, man, this was a great time, and I highly recommend next year when it happens that you guys decide to go, plan ahead, try to save some money for next year, because it was just a whole lot of fun to be able to see everybody. So all that, yeah, that was my experience of it. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys listening to me kind of, ramble on about my trip. But yeah, then we got tomorrow we have summons to do for the new Super 17. I'm glad he's red, because that's what we needed, and we got the Bola and Vegeta as purple, so they're gonna be able to help out as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy, hit the like, subscribe if you're new, because we're still trying to get up to a new goal, which we're trying to reach around 2,000 subs. And I said this before, we got the big ultimate goal. If we can reach 10,000 subs, that's the big goal. Otherwise, Ryuden is gonna have to shave off one of my eyebrows. I don't want that to happen. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all later.
The power of the mighty General is all mine!